All right, here we go. My name is Ken Persky, and I've been part of Cashback World for a number of years now. And what we're about to show you is a loyalty card. And here's a couple questions that you might be interested in what we're going to share with you today. So do you like to shop or do you have to shop? Depends on which one you are, whether you're a shopper or whether you send somebody else to shop. And would you like to get paid for shopping, whether you like to shop or not? And the third one is, would you like to get a weekly paycheck every Tuesday and they put it directly into your bank account and you can spend it wherever you want? So our goal is to basically show you a loyalty card and how the loyalty card works, and to just explain over the next about 40 minutes on how this system works. And if you have to have a pen and paper, if you have a few questions, we'll answer them at the end of at the end of this presentation.
Okay, my name is Arlene-Laskey, and we're talking about a company that's under the umbrella of my world. Cashback World is the shopping portion. Lyconet is the networking portion. So we're going to talk about all that as we go along.
And we really value your time. And like you said, it's going to take about 40 minutes of your time to be able to explain what this is and enjoy their presentation.
You might have seen these numbers before. The 40-40-40 plan, is this what you're on? It's working about 40 hours a week for about 40 years, so you can retire on 40% of your income. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, you might not want that. So we got a better plan. We're going to go through that tonight. And who am I? My name is Arlene-Laskey. As I said, I am a nurse. And I love being a nurse and helping people, but I don't want to work forever. And unfortunately, I've made some poor financial decisions in the past, and I need to have some other income. So when I learned about Cashback World and Lyconet, I became very excited. And I believe that everyone wants to get the most out of every dollar they spend. Now, I can help people through Lyconet to reap the rewards of loyalty and turn their everyday expenses into cash in their pockets.
And my name is Ken Persky, and I've been a chef all my life. And maybe in Europe, you actually get paid quite a bit to be a chef, but here in North America, more often than not, you're on a salary, and you're actually probably paid less per hour than most of the people that work in the kitchen. You work a lot of hours, and you might get paid more and take-home pay, but you're still struggling to basically make your payments from week to week. That's my wife, Janet, and the person on the right-hand side is my daughter, Madeline, and she's here as we speak, and she's probably going to wave. And she's 1 year and about 8 months old right now, and she's the reason why I'm doing this. To me, the great part about what this program is I can work hard today and generate residual income, and also it's a willable asset as this starts to go forward.
And we are independent marketers with Lyconet, and we live in Canada.
And what we'd like you to do is basically turn off any cell phones or anything along that line, and just kind of pay attention to what we're going to say, because it's fairly important and it is great information.
And just hold your questions till the end, jot them down or put them in the chat box, but we're not going to respond until we're finished, but we will give you an opportunity to ask them at the end. So we're going to go back in time a little bit of time travel, back to the year 1990, not all that long ago. At that time, people went to school until the age of about 18 and a half. They joined the workforce, worked, and then retired at about the age of 62 and a half. And then the average life expectancy was 73. More importantly, what did people spend their money on? Well, most people had maybe one, maybe two cars in their family, probably one phone, and it was plugged into the wall, and maybe a computer. We had our first computer in 1989. And now my phone is more powerful than that computer was. Fast forward to today. How does life look now? Well, people are going to school a little bit longer. They're working just a little bit longer, and the average life expectancy has gone up a fair bit. It's 78 from 73. So you can see here, people are working a shorter period of time for a longer retirement. And how are we spending our money now? Well, at my house, there's generally 3 cars parked out front. We still have a phone plugged into the wall because we're a little bit old school. But of course, we have a few cell phones in our home. We have still our desktop computer, some laptops, some iPads and tablets. So when you compare how people are spending their money, even on those 3 items, it's quite a difference. People are spending more money and getting more things. And we're going to talk about that. What does that all mean to you? Well, like I said, a shorter time of working to save up for longer retirement. And there's fewer people in the workforce to pay that CPP. So what happens when that money runs out? And people have to take care of themselves. And we're just going to keep going here. What is life like for the average person at the age of 69? Well, about 10% of people are where they want to be, financially, lifestyle, whatever. 36% of people don't have to worry about it because they're no longer with us. Of course, what happens to their loved ones when they're gone? That's a different story. And then 54% of the population are relying on others, whether it's the government, the family, medical caretakers. The average savings of people right now in their RRSPs, if they have any, is $55,000. Can you retire on $55,000 and expect that to last for your retirement? CPP is not going to cover everything, so it sucks.
Mm-hmm. So think of your life as this 10-inch ruler. So you have X amount of, that's your entire lifespan. And we said that you go to school till you're about 21, somewhere along that line. You retire when you're at 65. So you have about 14 years worth of retirement income that you need to have saved up in order to be able to have the lifetime that you want to have. And people are going longer and longer and longer working just to be able to survive. And I think we have a better plan just by showing what you're going to show you in the next little while.
And I don't know about you, but I plan to live way past that 8 on the ruler.
So how much month is left at the end of your money? To me, that's the ultimate question. They said that I think 65% of people in North America run out of money before the end of the month. So that's 5 days before the end of the month. And what happens, or what's typically been happening, is that people dip into the credit card. So they go a little bit farther and farther in debt each month. And kind of the question that I'm going to ask you at this moment in time is, how many months of the last 12 did this happen to you?
And we look at the world today, it's changing, and everybody's aware of that. But what's happening? The economies are shifting. People are losing their jobs to technology. There's increased inflation and cost of living. So does that affect you? Yeah, it affects everybody.
And what are a lot of people doing to be able to potentially make up for that 5-day shortfall? Is they're taking a second job. So maybe they're doing something at a till, they're being at Safeway or something along that line, or they're taking a waiting job or a bartender, or they're driving cabs. And every one of these are starting to become more and more automated, and actually computer-based technology is taking over each one of these sectors. And here's kind of what it looks like. There's a new liquor store that you basically arrive at the little pass-through windows. You go and buy your booze, and when you get to the pass-through window again, you've already put your credit card in, and the money comes directly out of your bank account, and you just keep on walking. And for ourselves up in Fort Mac, there's actually computerized big Komatsu trucks or dump trucks that are basically on GPS, and they're driving themselves. Same thing with the Uber drivers. And another one is that person on the right-hand side looks like a beautiful Japanese lady, but she's actually a robot that there is no person at the front desk that's the person that you're going to check into. So the other thing that people are doing more and more, if you check on Facebook or whatever it ends up being, your friends are starting to reach out to network marketing. And network marketing is you find a product that might make you feel better or younger or whatever you might happen to do with a tablet and or a cream or a juice, or you have jewelry parties, or you have candle parties. And everybody's been approached by friends who are doing this. And it's a great way to earn extra income, but I've been in a few of those, and I promised myself I'd never do another one of those things again. And the reason myself is because you start to become a store, to be duplicatable and to grow in those businesses. They say, hi, you need to have inventory. And I owned my own store at one point in time. I got out of it, and now that's kind of the way I feel about network marketing, is that you have to have a lot of inventory, and you're selling to friends on things that they may or may not want.
So we have a new plan, and it's called the 40-40-40 plan, but it's a little different. So give us 40 minutes now, give it 40 months effort, and possibly, just possibly, you could retire on 40 times your income. Wow, that'd feel great, wouldn't it? But even if it's not 40 times your income, what if it was twice your income? Or what if it was replacing your current income so that you didn't have to have that job or your second job or whatever? For some people, just a few $100s a month is going to make a difference. So,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Or what if you get to retirement and now you're retiring on a full, basically the same income as what you had? That sounds like a pretty good plan to me.
Yeah.
So what if you could start your own networking business? It's not network marketing, because this particular company, we don't sell anything, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. And it's low risk and potential is high gains. You can earn a pretty good income just by being a part of this group. You could build a business based on what people do every single day. And you're earning residual income based on basically the shopping of your shopping community that you help create. And you're not asking people to spend money where they're not spending already. They can go online, they can go to small merchants, they can shop where they want, and they're going to get 1 to 5% cash back for basically spending money at places that they want to spend anyways. And to me, that's the great part of what this business we're describing to you tonight.
And it's all sectors, and it's around the world. So this fellow is Hubert Friedel, and he's the founder of our company. And you can see there, it's been around for a while. Started in Europe, but we're in North America and beyond. Right now, there's over 130 places you can go shopping, and there's over 11 million shoppers.
130,000.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. We're not perfect. And some of our brands include Cashback Solutions, which is the group of merchants, Lyconet, the group of marketers, and then we're going to show you the Child and Family Foundation and Greenfinity. These are our two charities. So it's really good to know, warms my heart, that a little bit of all the shopping, all the transactions goes towards these two charities. So it's all about the future. So the Child and Family Foundation is funding projects for children at risk around the world. And children, of course, are our future. And Greenfinity funds projects for the environment, our planet. So without our planet, there is no future, basically. And my favorite projects are the ones where they combine the two. So you might have a school that is built and funded, all set up, and then they put in solar panels and a community garden and help the kids learn how to organic garden and feed everybody, and they work together very synergistically. It's fabulous.
So our company is in 47 markets at this moment in time around the world. They're aiming for 100, and yeah, they're aiming for 100. We have 130,000 loyalty merchants at this moment in time, and there's about 11 million members. And if you happen to have your cell phone at this moment in time, you could open it up and take a picture of this. And if you know of anybody that's in any of these countries, you can sign them up as a marketer. You can sign them up free. And as they go shopping outside of your country or inside your country, if you happen to be Canada, then you can actually get paid for promoting this great product.
And we're not selling anything, but we're earning when people buy everything.
So this is a bunch of loyalty cards that you might happen to have in your wallet at this moment in time. On the outer edge, most people recognize most of these cards. Myself personally, I had the More Rewards card from Save on Foods for over 10 years. And a week after I got my Cashback World card and I realized I could get 1 to 5% cash back, I went back with that card, the More Rewards card, and I thought, how much have I earned in 10 years worth of shopping? I spent probably $10,000 to $15,000 a year, or between $1,000 and $1,500 a year, so about $15,000 worth of shopping in 10 years. Great store, always got the discounts, all that kind of fun stuff. But with all that shopping, I had 12,000, I think 500 points in that many years, and I always felt bad if I didn't have my card. Well, I took the time out to get their little flyer, open it up, and I realized that for 10 years worth of shopping, if I used 12,000 of those points, I got $2 off a bag of popcorn. And I went to myself, I've carried this card faithfully in my wallet for this many years, and that's all I got. So Air Miles is a much better program, but I think ours is just, I know ours is just that much more amazing. This card will take over loyalty cards because you get paid up to 5% cash back for shopping at places that you shop already.
Mm-hmm. So instead of gathering points or miles or whatever it might be, you get cash. I think that's wonderful.
And the other great part is that if you happen to be a loyalty merchant, you're trying to get your name out to whoever your shopper might happen to be. And in this case, you can have a fully branded loyalty card for your business. And every time they shop outside your store, they're going to be reminded of who gave you that loyalty card. And I'll show you mine a little bit later.
And we have a never-ending circle. We have shoppers who really want to get that cash back. So they're looking for somewhere to shop. They'll look on their app or their website, find those cashback stores, and then they're going to spend their money there. That's happy for the customer and happy for the merchant. And once a transaction occurs, it triggers a transaction with Cashback World. A percent goes to Cashback World, which is predetermined. And then out of that, the money goes back to the shopper in cashback. Pretty good system. Everybody wins. But let's add one more factor here. What about you? Let's put yourself in this equation. If you're the one who introduces the program to shoppers and introduces the program to merchants, you're going to benefit when everybody goes shopping. And again, it's win-win, everybody wins. It's a great idea.
So let's reintroduce what the Cashback World card is. It's free for shoppers. You as a merchant can hand out that card for free. Us as marketers can hand out the card for free. And the basic concept is that you get cash back with every purchase. I remember when Air Miles first came out, people would seek out places that were Air Miles places, and they would drive for miles and miles and miles. Well, the same type of concept is with Cashback World. We're just starting to grow and starting to find more and more loyalty merchants locally. And basically the reason why that merchant wants to be that merchant is because they're bringing a customer in that they may not have ever paid for advertising, and advertising's pay and pray. This is a way of guaranteeing a sale and only paying the fee if that person buys something from you. And there's also something generated at the same time that's called shopping points for discounts. And each point that you're gathering as you're shopping will save you somewhere between $7.50 and $15. And we teach you that in another presentation. But more importantly, you're supporting local economies. The small merchant can actually compete against the Walmarts and the Safeways and the Canadian Tire because of how the program works. And more importantly, again, we do good with every purchase. We help those two charities.
And there's 3 ways to go shopping. You can shop in-store at your local merchants using your cashback card or your phone app. You can shop online, and you can shop with gift cards. We're going to go over each one, but remember that it's not just shopping, you're redirecting your expenses. So we're not asking people to buy things they don't need with money they don't have. It's redirecting the expenses. You're gonna make those purchases anyway. And here's an example, the gift card merchants. So these are the big stores in Canada. And I'm really happy that there's so many, like I like supporting the little stores too, the local shops, but I'm really thrilled that there's so many gift card merchants in Canada, because this makes it accessible for anyone across the country, because most communities have at least one of these stores, and it makes it very, very good for us all to be able to benefit from that. I've shopped at all of these places. My friends have shopped at all these places, or most of them, and I didn't used to get paid for that. Now I get paid. It's great.
And what we're basically would be just introduced to you is the Lycanet part of this presentation.
Sorry, that
so
slide is out of order.
Yeah, it should have been at the top of that one. So online shops. Have you ever shopped at any of these shops? Booked a flight, gone to Home Depot, Lowe's? There's basically about 1,000 different merchants that are online shops at this moment in time in cashback world in Canada. And the second one is the small and medium merchants. So myself is YEG Big Leg Sod Farm. And the reason why I became a loyalty merchant was because I wanted to reward my existing customers. The economy over the last couple of years has been extremely difficult for the landscaping industry. And a lot of the large sod farms have, one in particular, has basically done a price war. And they've pulled a few customers away from ourselves. And by launching and giving, in our case, it's 1.75% cash back to my landscapers that have been buying off me. I actually had a 24% increase in my sales last year. And this year I think of about, and that was my best year ever. And this year I think I have about a 10% increase in sales over last year, which is, again, a 10% increase on a record year is a pretty good thing. I can't promise anything, but at the same time, and this was just from my existing customers. This wasn't from outside customers basically coming in. I had a few of those, but most of them were just my existing customers coming back and coming back more often.
Wow. Now, I'm going to show you a little clip of this. It's a portion of a video called Rise of the Entrepreneur. And just remember what we shared about multi-level marketing and network marketing being one of the options to get you out of whatever hole you might have dug yourself into, or not. This is just a little bit to expand on what we're talking about. And remember, there is a better way.
The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years or even months.
What you see right now is the illusion that people have had for many decades about the workplace being the secure place to work the rest of your life.
For the first time in the history of our nation, our children will not do as well as us.
We've seen our friends get laid off. We've been laid off. We've had our pay cut.
People are overworked and underpaid. They seem to have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure.
This is going to be forced. And so even if your employer loves you, they may have to cut you. There's something wrong that on Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%.
Technology is accelerating, job security is declining. It just doesn't seem like the old models of making a living are as reliable as they used to be.
Every aspect of our lives, there's a better way out there, but we're still doing it the old way.
We live in the greatest country on the planet, and there are a lot of people sitting around complaining and being cynical.
Like everyone's whining about this old model, and I'm like, why don't you leave it? Look at all this over here. Look at all this opportunity.
Since so much of our lives revolve around our work and the way we make our living, many people are thinking there just has to be a better way.
The biggest challenge facing our world today It's not making money, is what are we going to do with all the displaced unemployed people?
People are afraid that they're going to make the wrong decision. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid that maybe...
I think the sound cuts out for some reason, but I think we got the idea. There's a better way. And Robert Kiyosaki thinks so too. Cool. Okay, so LICONet is what we're going to talk about now. LICONet is that better way. Remember, we're not selling anything, but we're earning when people buy everything. So it's based on what your goals are. It might be your goal to get a new car or a house or furniture or retire or pay off debt or send your child to some kind of camp. Like whatever your goals are, this is a way to reach it. And your income is based on the growth of the shopping community.
So without good advice, there will be no success. Now myself, I've been a chef all my life, and I started out in the salad section, and you start to learn how that works, and then you become a French fry cook or a sauce cook, and eventually get to the point of being, you get to be able to cook the steaks, and you get to run the kitchen. My father calls that education tax. No matter what industry that you're in, no matter what job you have at this moment in time, you're going to learn how to do, you're going to do mistakes. I always said to the person that I was training, I'd put the wooden spoon in their hand, and one of the very first things I would do is teach them how to make a soup, and they were terrified of it because it's like, oh, I can't cook. And it's like, you have to learn how to burn something before you learn how to actually cook something. And that's kind of our strategy, is what this is we've had our ups, we've had our downs, and we've gone through an awful lot of the education tax for you. And instead of having a bumpy road that goes up and down and up and down, we hope that we've maybe got it to the gravel stage at this moment in time, and we've got it to the paving part. And we're here to and openly listening to people that might have a better idea than us, because the thing that I've learned from my dad is basically you don't have all the answers. And if somebody new comes on board and has a better answer than yours, let's fix it. And that's kind of how our group works, is we want to have fun. We want to let everybody succeed. And the best way to succeed is to follow the people that have been in this for a while. So here's some of the things that the power of zero. So basically Uber had a great idea, and they own none of their vehicles, and they're getting a small portion of all the sales that people are driving their own cars and transporting people around the world. Facebook is the most popular media, but they don't own any of the content. So basically, what a great way to make money by having a billion people basically interacting back and forth, and Safeway gets paid for the ads that are on, or not Safeway, Facebook gets paid for the ads that are on their platform. Airbnb, I know myself, I've done Airbnb a couple of times this last year, and it's a great way that if you have a larger portion of people, that it costs you so much less to do Airbnb as opposed to having to rent 2 or 3 hotel rooms, and the accommodations is absolutely amazing. And they get paid because people are basically want to find really nice accommodations. And the people who own the places are earning extra income just basically by renting out their places. Now, Cashback World, to me, is the most amazing concept I've ever heard in my entire life. And we all earn because our customers are going to shop at one of those 130,000 merchants worldwide. I've owned my own store. For myself, I am a Cashback World merchant. I sell sod. So I have one product and 2 other little ones, a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of seed, and that's how I earn income selling my product. As soon as I give a loyalty card to one of my own customers, or as a marketer, I give a loyalty card out that way, I actually get to earn a residual income because someone has left my store and they've gone shopping somewhere else, which is exactly the same thing as what a marketer is. As your shopper shops around the world, we get paid by building our shopping community in those 47 countries.
And you've heard it before, we don't sell anything, and still we get paid on everything.
So some of the partnerships that we have are large hockey teams, soccer teams, that type of stuff. And you can see by the advertising on the outside boards, it advertises Cashback World. The MotoGP has about 180 to 210 million fans, and they become affiliated with Cashback Card. And basically, as you go to any of their events, you can get a free, fully branded MotoGP card. And what you receive as the shopper is you get 5% back on the tickets. You get X amount of dollars back on percentage back on your shirts or hats or whatever you happen to want to buy at those particular things, the food. And what a great way to get our brand out there, and we'll kind of show you what that looks like.
Mm-hmm. Now, here in Canada, you might be familiar with some of these logos. So, are you a sports fan? Who's your team? If they had a cashback card, if they had a cashback fan card, I should say, that's affiliated with Cashback World, and this is something that will happen down the road. Hasn't happened yet in Canada, but those are the other examples from Europe you just saw. But can you imagine having a cashback card as a fan, knowing that it's helping your sports team, and you're getting benefit by getting cash back on your tickets, on your expensive beer, and your t-shirts and jerseys, and everybody wins.
And how do they win? Basically, this rule of thumb is that the team gets paid 1% cash back for every dollar that the person spends within the program outside of their building or whatever it ends up being. And if you think of 1% of an awful lot, let's say 1 million fans, how many dollars is that generated per month? And now what that does is it gives the option to the team to maybe promote little league teams or to help the food bank or whatever charity they happen to want to do in their own local area. Now they have funding from their fans, the loyal fans, as they go out and shop. They get paid, but the sports team also gets a 1% residual income for basically people shopping where they want to shop anyways.
Mm-hmm. Because they're not just getting cash back at the game, they're getting cash back on their groceries and their gas and everything else too, just like we are. Mm-hmm. And what that gives us is momentum, because the membership is built at a faster rate. These partnerships expand the memberships, and we can take advantage of this, but we need to act now so that we get to participate in this growth.
So we're at about 11 million shoppers around in the 47 countries at this moment in time. And our goal is 1 billion by the year 2030. And how we're going to get there is with the momentum of the large teams and us as the marketers and merchants signing up those customers as we go forward. And we have about 130,000 loyalty merchants around the world at this moment in time. And if you think of Petro-Canada as one of those, well, there's 2,600 stores just for Petro-Canada. So kind of wrap your mind around that. And the way that it works is we're going to show you in a little tiny bit. But we're headed towards 10 million merchants. So the customer that you sign today is going to have potentially 10 million places to shop by the year 2030. That's a pretty good business in my mind.
Mm-hmm. You can redirect a lot of your expenses through that. So now just think about lifestyle. I want you to dream a little bit. What is your ideal lifestyle? Where would you like to live? What kind of things would you like to do? Where would you like to travel? Would you like to go in style? First class? What does freedom mean to you? Yeah, go ahead.
So what's the magic? Basically, the magic is on the next slide. It says duplication. And we're going to show you how we believe duplication is the easiest way to go with this particular program.
So there's basically 3 parts of your job description. You shop using your cashback card. You shop at the stores that pay you. That's what one of our friends says. You share the free card for shoppers, and you share the opportunity to earn income. 3 simple things. You're shopping, you're saving, you're sharing, repeating, and everybody wins.
So we'd like to kind of show this chart. We said up to 5% cash back, and that's not bad income. You can earn up to $500 with that 1 to 5% cash back. You're allowed to earn up to $500, and it's tax-free, just as a shopper. So what we'd like to show you is our goal is what we show you in another presentation is we want to get you to 1,000 points, and 1,000 points We have a simple duplicatable plan, and then we help you get towards 5,000 points. And would it make a difference if you earn an extra $150 to $450 a month? They say that most people, $200 or more per month would make a difference to them not going farther in debt or being able to put their head above water and start to pay off some kind of bills. And our goal is to teach you how to get from one level to the next. And the two parts that are the amazing parts is once you get to a level 7, which is 1 million points a month, and you think to yourself, come on, Ken, that's an awful lot of points. But the plan that we have put into place, the duplicatable plan, is it's like eating an elephant. You take one bite at a time, and eventually you get to that higher number. And the 2 globes, basically, once you get to level 7, qualify in the first month, confirm in the second month, you get a small portion of all the shopping that happens at all those loyalty merchants by all the shoppers, whether you're on your team or not. I've been in other networking businesses that the person at the top gets paid big bucks by basically promoting the program. I've seen places that you have to have up to 12 legs working, and they have to pay for 5 of those legs just to continue to be able to earn the extra income. And sometimes they have to do $5,000 to $10,000 a month just to be able to stay at the level they're at and that trust you. That's not the plan that we're building here, and we're going to show you what this looks like.
You can keep talking.
Okay, so once you get to level 7, for an example, the bottom number at the bottom is orange or yellow depending on what your site sees, and it's $30,000 per month that you're going to get paid of one of 13 different ways, or if you're collecting in all 13 different ways that you can get paid, and that number is 2 to 2.5 times what that 30,000 is. So you think $60,000 to $75,000 a month would change your life and your family lives going forward. I know for myself, about $60,000 to $70,000 a year is what I earn right now for an entire year's work. I'd be pretty happy if I was doing that per month and trying to figure out what to do with the rest.
Cool. So remember at the beginning we talked about our goals. We wanted to share with you a company that we're passionate about, a company that is so visionary, and to give you a glimpse of the possibilities and potential so that you can be part of this amazing future too. We hopefully have given you enough information for you to make a decision and take action.
So we're going to go into imaginary mode again. Let's say you yourself wake up in the morning, or one of your shoppers in one of the other countries wake up in their time zone, and one day soon, sometime around the world, the person turns on their lights and it costs them about 7 cents. They brush their teeth, costs them about another 20 cents. They made themselves a cup of coffee at home. Probably in other countries 90 cents a cup of coffee is not legitimate, but here it's 90 cents. And you started your car and you drove it out of the driveway. You didn't actually get all the way to work, but you spent 33 cents in gas. So in your first hour, basically you spent $1.50, or someone on the other side of the world did exactly the same thing in the same hour. And you had 1 billion shoppers by 2030, and you got a small portion of all that shopping because you were at a level 7. That'd be $1.5 billion in volume and sales in the first minute, or in the first hour. And you're at a career level 7, and you got a small portion of all the shopping that happened in the world. That's pretty darn good income, in my particular opinion.
And that's just for an hour.
That's just
the rest
for
of
an
the
hour.
day, people are still spending money.
Yes.
Cool. And now we'll take away from the numbers that we've mentioned a tiny bit, but think about your personality. I believe that this business has something for everybody, and everybody has something that they can contribute to the business. So if you're the kind of person that likes to have a lot of fun, we're fun. We do fun things. We're a group of motivated and positive people. We travel to attend local and worldwide events. This week, people are going to Florida for our company, and people are having fun. If you're the kind of person who likes to help other people, remember those 2 charities. It's really good that a portion of all the spending helps them. Plus, when you are successful with this business, it's only because you're helping other people to be successful. And helping people is really important. If you're the kind of person that just wants to earn money, that's great. We need more leaders in our company. And you can replace your JOB income. It's not getting rich quick, but there is a lot of potential. And
so the most amount of money that you can earn in 1 month is only $7.5 million a month, and you're not allowed to earn over more than $100 million a year.
Really?
That's the limit.
Okay. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes information, likes to plan, that's great too. This is a way to plan for your future. Get set up for retirement. We're going to give you all the help, support, and information that you need. So really, I think there's something for everybody here. And hopefully that touched on what you're interested in too.
So, the gentleman on the left is named Warren Buffett, and he's one of the most successful investors that ever happened on this particular planet in the 20th centuries. And what he says is things you like should be a hobby of yours, but things the world does should be a business of yours. And that's how he's always put his money into the market. And this way, shopping is our business, and people shop every single day.
And remember about duplication. So an easy way to duplicate is to just invite a couple of people to the next event. Can you think of a couple people in your life who could use a little more money in their life? You don't want to judge people, but you can probably think of somebody off the top of your head that this could be something that would help them. And we also have some online resources. We have mycashback.ca has webinars and links to this webinar under the events tab, and shopper training. We also have the website below that has other training and resources.
And the last slide we like to show is don't miss the Like on It train. And we kind of show you, again, probably it's going to be Thursday nights, probably about 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night. And it just goes over the duplicatable plan that we have. And the train's going to go down the tracks no matter what you end up doing. It's like how soon do you jump on, and how soon do you learn, and how soon do you learn how to earn that residual income going forward.
Yeah, and don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, and we're going to stop recording and open it up to questions.
You want to get back to the person that invited you and to say thank you, and they'll help you on kind of with the next stage.
Mm-hmm. So you're stopping recording?
I got to stop recording.